This hat off so that my bangs don't very strange, but holy moly, it was really cold. It was 38 at the bus stop, so I'm gonna put the Celsius here and I'm gonna guess if it's like 5. I don't know. It's been a little while since I translated the winter temperatures, so I don't quite have those in my head. Anyway, yeah, cold. I think it's gonna be 20 degrees warmer by recess for Sebastian. He didn't want to wear the brand new hoodies. I got them that are fluffy line. It's too dark in here, but you can see the texture in the winter. See that texture? It's like Sherpa inside. I got them each that. And it's cold, but at least he just gets on the bus. He's at school in 5 minutes, and then I'll have recess for like 20 minutes later. But he had a little minor drama this morning because it's mac and cheese day at the school. Normally he'd buy lunch in a heartbeat to have their delicious mac and cheese, but he wanted to bring lunch because I got 2 Lunchables on sale, and he just really loves those. Lunchables are a big deal still, apparently. So I emailed his teacher, who's probably so very sick of me. And it was just like, did they let them buy that a la carte? I have no clue. I'm still trying to figure all this out. And she's like, I actually don't know. I don't think so. No, you were just out. You've gone out twice and you've taken a dump at least once, but I think twice. You can wait. So she's like, I'm just gonna have to check with the cafeteria. I'm like, well, he's allowed to get a cup of it if he wants, and I told him we do have mac and cheese because Danny's making chili tonight, so I got 2 frozen meals. Like, not ideal, but they're like a novelty to the kids, and we chose ones that were on sale. There's spaghetti and meatballs because I know Jax chose that as a frozen meal once when he got to choose like his dinner, I think on like some sort of a babysitting night. And then I chose mac and cheese with broccoli for Sebastian because he just loves mac and cheese. So he does have that, and he'll probably have it for dinner, so it's not a big deal either way. But it would be good to know, and he was happy to know that I wrote to his teacher to find out. I've got a little window in the morning where she does answer emails before she drives to the school, so like around 6:30. Right when I'm making his lunch, so that worked out. You need water? Is that what it is? Yeah. So yeah, we've gotten him off to school. I loaded him up with fresh masks. We'll see if he wears them. I didn't remember to say anything in the morning the past 2 days, but he did get off the bus in a mask from his backpack and said he wore it most of the day. He's not sick anymore. I just was hoping he'd wear it for a little while to build up his immune system a bit more before exposing him full strength to germs. So I don't know what he's going to do, but I put fresh masks in there last night because I knew I wouldn't remember today. Anyway, I probably should paint and braid and stuff. I don't know what I'm going to get to, but I'm going to go help Jax.
Piggy, you can come out.
everyone. Excuse my hair. I know it's been awful, but still have only done like 13 braids. Just painting took a while. I'm trying to get a start on a knitting project because I'm going to a knitting group for the first time tomorrow. And then there's school stuff. Anyway, normal morning. I spoke to you a little bit, but yeah, I got Jax out the door, walked the dog, and I get home and I just look over all of the school stuff that we have access to. And this morning I noticed there's now an incident report under the tab discipline/incidents. I don't know why I randomly clicked on it. I have before and there's nothing, but the bus incident was there and it lists him as the offender and that kids were pushing each other on the bus was the description of the event, and that's all it says. I'm like, show it to Dan. He's like, you need to write. We never heard back from the principal after her initial, I'll look into this. All we know is what Sebastian has told us secondhand from what's going on at school. And so I write to her as like, we're so confused. It says offender. Did he not tell us everything? We don't understand. We never heard back. Could you please let us know how this went and what the offender thing means? Nothing. Haven't heard anything. That was, I don't even know. I feel like it was before breakfast for me. I ate a late breakfast. So Danny's up to bat next. He's not pleased that we've not heard back from any of this. So I'll probably end up forwarding what I wrote to them tomorrow, and ball's in his court after that. Try and figure what's going on. I mean, I feel like we should be involved. I feel like I'm the annoying parent that's always emailing people. They probably hate me, but I mean, I go from being 100% of the person controlling everything. I don't like to be controlling or some like power situation, but like I had to deal with everything. Like it was my responsibility to. Now I'm at the mercy of others to tell me what's going on, and he comes home emotionally spent and lashing out at us. And like he was so sad when he got home. I had forgotten his water today, so I was like, I'm so sorry I forgot your water. He railed on me about that once I brought it up for about a half an hour, but it didn't seem to be what was making him sad, and the only thing I could get out of him is that he didn't like his having to write. So I don't know if that's just like frustrating him so badly. I like this bracelet Danny made him. I got distracted. Yeah, but yeah, I deal with school things like that, checking assignments and stuff that Jax has turned in. I saw there was a grade in his beloved computer science class, which he did have an A+, but now he has an A because there's an assignment that he didn't get 100 on, and in the notes the teacher had written last two questions are blank. So I sent that to him via email because he has a school email. I was like, can you please look into this? Anyways, I was like, why does this say overdue? Usually the teachers, like, they put things in and it gives me alerts that things are overdue, and then the next day that's completely gone and moved to like the next week on the calendar. It's just a mess. But yeah, I deal with all that and then make myself breakfast, do chores. I cleaned the shower. I didn't scrub it. I can't scrub the grout in our shower. Like the tiles are buckling, about to fall out. Giant chunks of grout came out last time I scrubbed it, but I got some of that like foaming bleach and I really did a good job. It's not quite so scary in there. But there's not a lot I can do until we renovate. So I took care of that, and what else happened? Then I think I was just painting. I started painting what would be before most people's lunch. But I don't do that. I just do a snack and sometime in the afternoon before I go to the bus. Yeah, I painted. I was trying to finalize the position of the body, so I was changing some of the outlines. I just had it blocked in with base colors, and I started to lay down some of the actual color for the vest. I also did some research on, already forgot the name, Gorget. It's like a piece of armor in the shape of a bib. He has a gorget because this is modeled off of portraits of Captain John Smith, except I asked my friend if she'd be okay with me changing the look of it because I found a nice photo of one, and I'm working from something that's so small, like a painting and an etching, and it doesn't give me the look of what that steel actually looked like, so I need reference, and I couldn't find one in the same style, but she's cool with changing it. She doesn't have to have it accurate. And yeah, so I was working on the positioning. I don't want to show the hands because then you have the awkwardness of, is it a human hand, is it a dog hand? But I did want to have the top of the sword that's featured in the etching. I quickly just whipped that out with some white paint, just blocked it in so she could see. It's easy enough to go over if you don't paint things too thickly. It would be easier in oils, but I only did oils briefly in college, and it would be a huge learning curve. I just work in acrylic for now. But yeah, it was mostly painting day. Stopped and had a snack, and then I think I pretty much had to go up to the bus. Like I sat down, but then had to get right back up because it was like bus time. Because he gets home just after 2. At 2 o'clock, we have to be wrapping up what we're doing. So, God, Danny pauses his work if he can. Tomorrow is Thursday, and he always has meetings at that time, so he can't go home. We went out and got him. Drama ensued. Danny came up a little bit during our drama. Sebastian had me up here. I was trying to be nice. I got a big ball of yarn that's in gradient, like a huge ball, so big, bigger than my head. And I wound each color individually into balls, so it was a great deal. It was like less than $12, and I got so much yarn. I mean, it's acrylic, but it's DK weight, which is what I needed. It's just for hats and scarves. So I was doing that while I was dealing with drama. Danny was starting chili, the first chili of the year. Yummy. We'll see how my belly deals with it. Different batches have different spiciness and beaniness, and sometimes I can only eat one bowl and then it gets too spicy. This seems fine. I didn't have any problems. My nose got a little runny, but my mouth wasn't on fire or anything. I love spicy, but it doesn't always agree with my intestines. If you know, you know. But I have got a few options for the boys because we'll probably have chili at least twice. So one was frozen Stouffer's meals, mac and cheese and broccoli for Sebastian, and a spaghetti and meatball meal for Jax, because I know that's what they would have chosen. And then the other option would be quesadillas. And they chose the frozen meals. Sebastian went out to play with the neighborhood boys on our street, which they're just not good friends. I've said it a million times, and they continue to prove it. They kind of include him briefly, but he's not allowed to just run all over the neighborhood like them, so they love to ditch him without warning. They love to go into each other's houses because he's not allowed to do that. It's totally different than the little girl across the street. She has to have her big sister or her mom watching her just like we do. And she's so kind and polite and sweet. There's a difference when you have adults watching you and making sure you're being kind and playing nice. But apparently, right before I sent Jax out to get him for dinner, they gave him one of those Nutella snack cups where you dip the pretzels and the Nutella and eat it. This is like right before dinner. It's like 6 p.m. But he doesn't tell us. He comes in and there's like a streak of chocolate on his chin. And his dad's like, what's that on your chin? Is that mud? I'm like, that's chocolate. It's like, did they give you a chocolate? He's like denying it, blatantly lying. I'm like, don't lie. It's chocolate. And Daniel's like, it's either chocolate or poo. And I'm like, no, it's chocolate. I know that. And I told him, don't think you can eat chocolate and me not know it, because it's always on your face. And then I was like, come on, man, can you at least tell me how much it was? Like, was it a little Hershey Kiss? Was it something bigger? He's like, just Nutella, but I only ate one. Like, so they just gave you one stick. He's like, yeah, I ate a couple and then I threw the rest away. I was like, wait, they gave you the entire thing? I was like, where were you that you could throw it away? He's like, I threw it in the poopy trash can. I was like, doggy waste can. Like, so of course he struggled to finish his dinner. He ate all the mac and cheese and then didn't want to eat the broccoli because he was too full. Like, well, you decided your fate when you ate the dessert before dinner that you were gonna eat all your food. Anyway, he's in the shower. I gotta get him out. I'm gonna continue on with everybody's bedtime stuff. So I will see you later. Good night. Stay safe, be kind, and don't forget, wash your hands.